Welcome back to TheChowTimePod. It's your host, Red. Got any videos today from FBE Capital. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. I really appreciate that. Let's get that chow. It's chow time.
That's right, guys. Today I'm bringing back a deleted video that only around 9K of you guys got to see before it was put in YouTube jail. Now, this happened for absolutely BS reasons, but nevertheless, the 90 days are up. I did my mandatory training and I am now a totally reformed, good little cat.
I have to do this like every other 3 months or so.
Catholic schoolboy once again.
They hate us.
And obviously, I had to remove and remix some parts to not get totally F'd in the A this time. But if you want to see how quote-unquote terrible the original was, go check it out on fberaw.com, where you can find the original uncensored version. Now, enough waffling, let's get to it.
Have you ever heard of a woman being called creepy before?
You know, actually, that's an interesting question because
It is, isn't
I
it?
don't. No. No, I don't think I have.
Having sex with her 15-year-old student and sending nude pictures and texting "I love you" to the boy.
Literally on stage.
I mean, there were some women thirsting over Justin B when he was 16. I mean, they were thirsting.
By this woman.
I feel violated right now.
I did grab his butt. I'm single, but I think that's cougar.
So it's okay to be a cougar, and it's not okay for just to touch him because you're being a cougar? What the hell are men doing?
Hey. I want the little young boys.
This photo, yeah, it is currently going extremely viral. Him and his daddy can run a train on me. Call me R. Kelly, honey. Ooh, his ass can get it. Lil A gon' get it.
This right here is a
What the
prime
hell's
example
going
of why
on?
a lot of issues cannot be resolved between men and women.
Let me tell you something. What I would do to you with your blue eyes.
Suck on the bottom lip.
Imagine if a father,
If son's friends comes round and does this in the garden.
imagine if a father put
It just shows that anything men do gets vilified and anything women do, even though it's the exact same thing, it gets okay.
on social media, the hate he would get for saying about his daughter having hot friends. It's just, but it's okay for women to do it.
See ya, bro.
Parents who supplies their own children.
What the hell is going on right now? Am I living in hell now? Do we live in hell?
All in attempt for a viral video.
Everything she's doing, nobody wants to take accountability for it. It's okay because she's a woman.
38-year-old Tracy Vanderholst. Victim is a 16-year-old boy.
Tatum Hatchell, Jessica Lawson.
Substitute teacher is accused of raping one of her 11-year-old students.
This is happening way more than the other way around. How have we not, done something about this already?
A teacher in
But if it was a man,
With the minor.
This is lasting damage.
men would have just got banned from teaching.
In the past, women were not arrested. It may very well be that this has been going on for a much longer period of time.
Prosecutors say she assaulted as many as 21 children.
Women do the same thing, if not
21 children! Oh my. Oh my. I got goosebumps.
worse.
What is going on?
Okay.
That's right, boys. Women can be just as creepy as men, if
They're
not
way
worse.
creepier.
But you never hear about this because even though there's a massive exploitation crisis going on with female teachers in the classroom,
The female teacher-to-student relationship cases are happening far too often.
Involves students as young as 12.
You don't usually get so many cases like this back to back to back.
the major news channels are all silent about it. But the reality is, as women get older, they tend to get a whole lot creepier, especially since modern women are addicted to attention and really want to know if they still got it.
But me, like the past 10 years, like I don't have any of that male attention.
But before we get into the problems of older women trying to date as they hit the wall, let's quickly first look at two prime examples of older women becoming extremely creepy with their own children, all because they are starved for attention and want to be popular on social media. Take this mother for instance. Now she loves to make cringy TikTok videos with her kids, and if you want to do that, that's fine. But that same mother is also making videos like these on that same account. Like, what the hell is going on here? And when you take a closer look, this entire account just screams single mother begging for attention from her children's friends, constantly needing to show that she still got it. But all she's really showing is that she has zero boundaries or standards. But unfortunately, it can always get a lot worse. Take this mother and son for instance. She has to literally dodge her own son trying to make out with her just to make the video go more viral. What the hell is wrong with these people? Now it's easy to call the son a complete freak for trying to make out with his own mother, but the problem here is that she's the adult and parent in this situation that keeps encouraging him to make this type of nonsense. Since they have dozens of videos where they keep pushing the boundaries, loving the fact that they go viral and that people are disgusted by it. Anyways, all of this degeneracy comes from a weak society with no standards or morals and constantly lets women get away with whatever they want.
Both you and your baby.
Yup, the hoes never stop innovating. Please drop a like if you think that the world lets women do whatever they want, because I've had multiple videos demonetized and age restricted, but apparently full-on tits out is no problem. And comment down below what you think. But again,
guys, I told you guys, I got flagged for nudity, and it was just a big girl that jumped up and down a little bit, and she was like more clothed than most of the women I feature on my channel, but yet I got a nudity strike that took my channel down that I couldn't post for 7 days.
Things can get a lot
and I had to go
because when you start introducing actual breastfeeding, you've completely lost the plot. Now on the surface, this just looks like a mother making the occasional wholesome breastfeeding video to simply showcase that breastfeeding is natural and should be done anywhere at any time without shame, which I don't really have a problem with. However, when you take a closer look at her page, then what the hell is this video? Do you still think there's nothing sexual here? Well then what about this one, where she's wearing the skimpiest see-through robe, presenting her ass to the camera while wearing no bra, while she's pretending to be a stripper sweeping up $100 bills. Yeah, she's not fooling anyone, and her page is clearly targeted to a male audience with a sexual undertone. Now, I don't care if she's making content to promote breastfeeding and this weird suggestive nonsense separately, but when you combine the two on the same page, that's when it becomes fucking weird. Why do you want to invite gooning on the very same page that you claim you want to use to normalize breastfeeding? It makes absolutely no sense. And the weird thing is, her breastfeeding vids actually do 10 times better than her goon videos, so it doesn't even make sense to mix it in. But I guess these insta thoughts just can't help themselves, which is highly disturbing when you put your real kid in it. At least the freaks on Instagram and YouTube do this with a doll, because apparently that lets you show titties in full view on both platforms and not get banned. And so as women get
somehow I get a strike and FBE gets a strike.
Older, they simply become more creepy and more desperate because they are allowed to, and they are engaging in all of this weird shit because dating becomes 10 times more difficult and getting commitment from quality men becomes almost impossible for them.
And then you come away from the date and then you never hear from that person again, even if you've messaged them right to make them aware that you like them.
Any other girls out there who have basically been single for a super long time, just think, I want someone else to be there for me and say, I've got this, and you don't have to think about having to do everything by yourself all of the time.
Ouch, that does not sound like a good time. And like I proved in my Age of Desperation video linked up here, a lot of these women are their own worst enemies by perpetuating this fake lifestyle of eternal bliss when they are single and still dating as an older woman, but behind closed doors, things are actually a lot more miserable.
Why aren't you going ahead and getting married? What are you doing? You think you can just party forever? As though I'm like making a choice to do this.
And her brain has been completely scrambled by the LA dating scene.
The reason that I don't trust men and the reason that I think they all suck and you might as well get a hot rich one because they're all gonna suck and ghost you and cheat on you and love bomb you.
I usually send a text something along the lines of like, surprised I didn't hear from you. I take this to mean you're not interested, all the best. Since I've sent that, however, and not heard from him and now been ghosted and then he didn't respond to that text, like the fire's been started. Once the fire has started, You're now for the plot. You're now a bit. I can throw it up in flames. I can set the whole thing on fire. I can burn the house down.
Yep, she's cooked. Since, like I showed in my older women dropping massive truth bombs video linked up here, they all try to spin a narrative that is far more positive than the reality.
It's about being older and being single.
I don't even have a person to get pregnant with.
Now, another interesting phenomenon that's never talked about when it comes to older women is that a lot of them are actually broke losers.
Yep.
Unemployed.
This I know.
Figuring your life out, basically. I am 41 years old, single, without kids.
I dated a few like women my age when I divorced, and never again.
Living.
Never again.
Outside my mom's house. Feeling a bit lost, I'm behind, and I'm like, what the f am I doing? So I thought I would give you a bit more information as to where I'm at with my journey. Currently.
And it's just so sad that they're so broke, dusty, musty, and crusty, but they found themselves. They know their worth. They raised their standards.
Building a tiny home. This is my tiny home I'm building, and it's literally next door to my mom's house.
It's not even a home,
Happy
it's a
that
shack.
I'm moving next door.
Yeah. You see, you constantly hear about men being broke and living with their parents at 30, but a woman in her 30s or even 40s who lives with her parents is some sort of independent queen who supposedly chooses a soft life.
Example of soft girl life. I'm choosing a softer life where I'm living with my parents to indulge in a job and my creativity that I just enjoy more, and no desire to work towards a mortgage.
What a bunch of bullshit. These women aren't choosing anything, they're simply struggling, which is okay and can happen to a lot of people, but don't try to sell it as some spiritual choice. But the story gets even more ridiculous.
Well, I mean, they gotta make it seem like they're strong and empowered to make those choices.
When you start taking a closer look.
Half of me thinks, no, Lindsay, being lazy, sort your life out, get a job, like a lot of negative self-talk.
How is getting a job and sorting out your life negative self-talk? It is basic functioning as an adult human. And this is what I mean, right? These modern older women never grow up. They just become toddlers in adult bodies, wanting a man to fully take care of them as if they are a child. But my point is that society would never let a man comfortably wallow in this much chaos and say, no, it's just fine, just focus on self-healing and do whatever feels right.
And I'm not sure if I want to do the business anymore, then what the hell am I doing? Feeling sorry for myself and had a bit of a cry. I've been wallowing, and that's allowed.
No, they would call him a fat bald loser and demand he gets his shit together, as he should. And this again proves that the narrative being spun does not align with reality, because they all keep shouting that older women know what they want and that is why they raise their standards. But do you really think that these two have any clue what they want?
Maybe the only
Hell
way to
no,
be
they
happy
don't.
is to be settled down, get a house, have a partner, and have kids. Am I
Girl, you don't even look like you can have kids anymore. What are you talking about?
deluding myself?
So, somebody just made a really fair comment. It was something along the lines of, so you post on here about not chasing, not looking for validation outside of yourself, and yet you do post on social media. Is that not for external validation? And you're probably right.
Yeah.
It's like on some subconscious level, perhaps it is looking for some kind of external validation.
Why the hell am I showing up here and advocating the child-free lifestyle if I'm not 100% sure about it? It's because nobody is 100% sure what they're doing with their life.
And so just like them, millions of older women are either finding themselves on some sort of self-love healing journey where they slowly spiral out of control with all the self-healing they're doing.
I have come to the conclusion that today is the day that I'm done healing. I am done manifesting my dream life. I'm done with the self-development. I don't think a lot of people understand how dangerous the self-development journey can actually be, especially when you kind of become obsessed with it.
Or they are dating themselves into oblivion, trying to stay young and show that they can easily get any guy they want, but failing to get actual commitment from those guys.
It's not difficult finding somebody, it's difficult finding somebody that's got the same weirdness as you. It's not difficult finding somebody, it's difficult finding someone that you like that likes you back.
Yeah, I still don't
That
get why
you
women
like,
think it's some sort of flex, since for most men this also applies. You can easily get some washed up 40-year-old broke stripper or prostitute. As a matter of fact, Exhibit A.
The money's really good, but the loneliness is dead sad. I'm basically in a hotel room by myself until a client comes knocking at my door. I would love a boyfriend.
See, she's just waiting for you nice guys to sweep her off her feet. Any takers?
Actually be married with a baby in my hand.
I don't think so. And so what these older women don't want to acknowledge is that
Sad.
it's not them being
This actually made me sad. It's sad to see these women because they're just sad.
picky amongst a pool of great men. That was 15 years ago. No, now the reality is that most of the men that are interested in them are either really young, early 20-year-olds looking for some sort of sugar mama relationship, or much older men for whom a 37 or 40-year-old is a hot young thing. Because the only eligible men that they come across in their 30s and 40s are just playing with them.
I think
Most of
people
the
have gone
time.
horrible in this modern world. I really do. If you've messaged them right to make them aware that you like them and that you want to see them again, and they just send nothing back, I think it's so rude. It's so rude and super disrespectful.
You see, so now that type of behavior is
Disrespectful now?
rude. But the reality is, back in the days, they were doing the exact same thing.
Right?
But they were getting messages from like 50 dudes,
Exactly.
and they were stringing them all along.
We tend to be attracted to the ones that don't actually want us or don't actually act like they like us very much. And all it is our ego trying to prove to ourselves that we get them because they're unattainable.
But now that they are approaching 40 and want someone to cuddle with late at night or travel with, now that behavior is suddenly rude. And so I always laugh at these responses because it's women like these that will always tell on themselves
They do.
and how they used to go from guy to guy, always looking for the next best thing,
Yep.
and
the Chad
completely
Rose.
disregarding the nice guy that would actually treat them right.
Like the ones that put in effort and show that they like us, we disregard.
So you see, she's smart enough to realize she's been chasing men that she knew would not treat her right, but still after all those years did nothing to change that. And now she's complaining that the men are playing games with her. Yeah, just keep doing the same thing and one day it will definitely work out. In a
Insanity.
land far, far away. This was Older Women Getting Creepy.
Shout outs to FBE. He's been bringing out bangers in the last couple days, weeks. I mean, I had to cover 3 of his videos in like the last week or so. Shout outs to him. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. Really appreciate that. And I'll catch you guys next time.